This is the Women on the Edge of Attainment podcast. There will be women, too, some edge,
but we are not edgy.
And we're pretty sure there'll be no attainment.
No fear of that.
With me, Laun Bowman.
And me, Osnat Mas.
Started recording. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
You're not a ghost, you are real.
I don't know. Are you sure?
Do you feel like you're fading?
I feel like the second you said you're not a ghost, you're real, something weird happened to some stuff here in the house. What have you done? Is this house possessed now? What do you do?
I have no I have no influence in this world or any other world, okay?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, now I need to fix some gadgets that went crazy because of you. I don't know what's going on here.
Because of me, yes.
Yeah, you talked about ghosts and you pissed off the afterlife.
It's a lot of people I have to piss off. I mean, that's a good amount.
And there are more and more of them every day.
Really I'm not watching government briefings anymore. I'm interested in the bullet points. I mean, I never used to watch them before. The only one I really watched was when Boris said, "Stay at home,"
and he didn't
do anything like it. And he didn't. Yeah.
Anyways, you started saying, "Do I know what?"
So there's a lot of educational stuff going around, particularly for the younger kids. And one of them is like a gratitude journal. Some border on the like nuts stuff, like self-discovery stuff, not appropriate for like an 8-year-old, never mind a 7-year-old or a 10-year-old. And some of it's time capsule-y. And
what do you mean what is not appropriate? Gratitude for what? Is not appropriate for a 7-year-old.
Like pages and pages of like more adult level like introspection. Okay, not for a 9-year-old.
Stop talking in circles and in C's and stuff like this. Talk to me about. Give me an example.
If you saw yourself in a mirror, what would you imagine yourself to be? Something, some esoteric stuff.
What's inappropriate?
No, but some of it's not for 7-year-olds or 8-year-olds. Some of it's for 12, 15.
15, if I was 15 and somebody gave me something like this, I would be like, what is this shit? And I would probably bin it.
You were never the average teenager. Anyway, so there's also the time capsule stuff, which I don't like the time capsule stuff.
No.
For this time at all.
No.
So a mom I know runs a website that's tells you about events for children. Obviously, nobody's going out at the moment, and so it's helping you with stuff at home. And they did a really good, they call it the Lockdown Gratitude Journal, and actually I really like it. And so I thought I'd ask you the questions. So my daughter and I had a little educational moment where we drew we printed them and colored them in, you see.
Okay. Well done, Laun.
Our names.
You didn't get out of the lines. Oh my God.
No, I really did get out of the lines. You just, thank God for Zoom. I did really go out of the lines. Don't worry. Completely.
Oh, damn it. So I'm taking back my golden star.
Okay. I've actually, there's an extended list and a short list, but we'll start. So it says my age during lockdown is, so I want to go 45 going on 100. I live at, who cares? I can't leave. My best friends, then I had to explain to my daughter that I don't really have best friends, that I have people that I talk to about certain things, which totally went over her head. No, mommy, but who is your best friend, really? Nope, not for a 7-year-old.
I think asking a 7-year-old when they look in the mirror what was it? To imagine what they are, who can they be, is way
Yes.
more appropriate than to speak to a 7-year-old about, you don't really have a best friend. You have best people for certain things. My
I didn't
God.
really want to discuss it with her at all.
You could
but,
have just said
it came up.
daddy.
Yeah, that's not true.
Who cares? Who cares
Because
if
I
it's
did
true or
think of that,
not?
and I thought, how many people have lied to their children about this? Like, let's be reasonable about marriage. Let's not tell our children that
Okay,
the person
fine.
in their life is going to be
You
their
could have
best friend.
told her you. You could have told her a name.
Oh,
What
she's
do
not
you
my
care?
best friend,
You
and that's
could
not
have
fair.
told her anything. But
The
no,
truth is
instead
what I
of that,
told her.
yeah, but you didn't make it age appropriate. All the time you're talking to me about age appropriate. It's not age
How is it
appropriate.
not age appropriate to say when you get older you have different friends
Because she
that
doesn't
offer you
get
different
it.
things?
It's not about being rude or anything. It's about she doesn't get it. It's like, I think mommy is having an episode. You know, it's like,
Right.
because when you're seven, you cannot imagine not having a best friend. Your whole life is about who is your best friend.
I'm moving along swiftly. Yes, it is about that. I wish it
You
wasn't.
scarred your daughter for life, so move along swiftly. Yeah, it will come and bite you in the
So
bum.
one thing I love about myself, I was like, oh God. I said that in my head because, around a 7-year-old, you're meant to
Oh, all of a sudden
have
you
it.
are doing things appropriately. Fine.
I'm
Well
meant to
done,
have it
Lord.
all together. I also don't want my child not to see the good in herself. Like I'm trying to untrain myself in this regard.
But
So the
she
truth,
learns more from your behavior when you don't
yes, I
speak to
know.
her.
I'm trying. Do you know how hard it was to learn to not look in the mirror and say aloud, "Oh God, I look shit today." I've stopped that when I realized that would encourage her. So I just look in the mirror and smile at myself now. I don't say those things, but one thing I love about myself, I'm always learning. I wish it would have been one thing I like about myself. Love is so strong.
The problem is a lot of times we love things, but we don't like them.
I like that I'm always learning. I like that I love to learn. I like that about myself. I really do.
But okay.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be your turn soon. What one thing that makes me happy at home? Napping and playing with my daughter. I'm really enjoying napping. Of course, napping only happens when she's watching a movie. And then the first thing I will do after lockdown is have sushi.
I think you can have sushi now.
I know I'm not keen to.
So that has nothing to do with lockdown.
No, I've made a choice not to. I've made a choice not to. Hers is go for a swim. Hers is go for a swim, which I thought was lovely.
I think her answer is way better than yours.
I'm not doing a comparison. So we're not going to ask you how old you are. Okay. I'm not going to ask you how old you are because I know.
Because, it's basically, you said what, 46 going on 100? I think
45 going on 100, yeah.
45 going on 100. I think I'm 45 going on 5.
Okay.
I'm regressing.
Okay. Where you live is not, again,
Where I live. Between these 4 walls.
The Bahamas. Your best friend is?
My dog.
One thing I love about myself. Okay.
If I were modest, I would have been perfect.
Right. One thing that makes you happy at home at the moment. Joe makes you so happy.
Joe is not in my home, thank goodness. And he wouldn't have made me happy. What makes me happy? Mainly the fridge, I think.
The fridge. Well, that would have been a good answer. Good answer. My best friend is the fridge.
Yeah.
The first thing I will do.
My best friend at the moment is YouTube, actually. When I think about it now. My best friend is YouTube. I think I'm finishing YouTube. I'm done.
You fin-
I'm like 3 clips away from going through
You've watched
everything.
everything.
Yeah,
Wow.
I started with season 1, episode 1, with the pilot.
The first thing you will do after lockdown is, well, the first thing you'll do after lockdown is over.
The first thing I'll do is probably go out.
Where? Go out where?
Anywhere. Go see a movie.
Movie in a cinema. I never did that before, but I mean, okay.
I'll go, you know what? Forget it. I'll go and watch stand-up. I'll go to one of the smaller stand-up clubs and I'll go and watch some good stand-up show.
Right.
With
So then
people I
that's,
don't know
yeah,
at all. Just to
that is
watch
just,
stand-up.
that's just a sort of beginning, but then you get a date, one to do every day. Okay. You don't have to do this every day,
What?
just so you know.
What do you do
Yes,
there every day?
it's a daily journal entry. Okay. So one thing I'm going to tell you, I'm going to, yeah.
When your first child is born, there is this excitement and you want to document everything. And you have these journals, Never gave a shit. Okay?
No, I never did it either.
So this documentation and journal, no.
You're not going to do one thing that made you smile today.
The fact that I burned down the journal, I was so happy. I don't like this.
What? One time I was kind today.
When I
By the
burnt
way,
the journal.
there are about, on this there are only 5 questions, but I've just moved on from the normal ones because you can't do them.
Okay.
One time someone was kind to me today.
Oh, it didn't happen.
My favorite room in the house.
My bedroom. I'm in the living room now.
My ultimate dream. Pass.
Not to answer such questions. My God, that would have been a dream come true. Where did you get it from?
No, I want to give them a big up. I don't want to have you destroy them.
Oh, sorry. Fine.
My favorite thing about where I live.
I don't even know how to start answering that.
My favorite part of my daily routine. Joe, for you. Something I am grateful I can still do.
I would say talk to you, but it's becoming tedious.
This next one, no, wait. Where I see my life in 5 years. Now, I hate
When
that
I'm
question at
10.
the best of times. When I'm 10, yeah, when I'm 10. Asking a 5-year-old that would never be good. But asking, I hate that question.
I never knew what I'm going. I was always a realist. I always said I have no fucking idea what's going to happen next week. I mean, let's put it this way. 3 months ago, I didn't think I'm going to do what I'm doing now. So how the fuck am I supposed to know what's going to happen in 5 years and where do I see myself? Where do I see myself?
I don't know what's going to happen in 3 months.
I have no idea. Where do I see myself in 5 years down? Slightly more bitter, 50-year-old instead of a 45.
More bitter.
Of course. I started as the most bitter I could, and I'm taking it up a notch as I go ahead, as I shuffle along.
As you shuffle along.
Yeah, how low can you go?
So I've mentioned Joe a few times. You haven't given me an update.
Oh, I hate him. He's
Your
so
thighs
annoying.
hate him.
My thighs don't have any feelings. They're just causing me a lot of pain. I hate him. I don't like. He's way too perky, and he's doing shitty things. Shitty things. He's a bad person.
What kind of shitty things can he be doing, making you do a squat? I mean,
Yeah, first of all, Sir Squat a Lot is pushing it. And I can tell you this, he sometimes does, let's do 35, 25, fuck you. I mean, I suffer as it is. Or then he starts jumping around. I'm like, mate, no, no, no. I don't know.
wait. Does he do that thing where he says, let's do 10 of these? Oh, come on, let's get to 20.
No, fuck no. He does, you're supposed to do 30 seconds and 30 seconds rest. So today he did, the second round was 35, 25. And
You
not
didn't agree to
35
that.
seconds. No, I did not sign up for that. Last week he did 2010. You know how hard is 2010?
Is your son still going?
Of course, if he didn't go, do you think I would?
Well, then, And then when you heard we had another 3 weeks of lockdown, it was another 3 weeks of Joe for you.
I know. I cried into my, empty carbs so much over the weekend. I made a millionaire's shortbread. There were a lot of empty carbs and sugars to cry into over the weekend.
Fabulous.
It tastes like a bought one.
Wow.
And this is, you know why I made it? Because I was starting to go through the whole of YouTube. This Irish woman came up with showing me how to make these, and I thought, I can do that. So I tried an Irish accent, and I realized I can't do that. Might as well make the shortbread, and that's it. So that's what I've done.
So you, while watching this banal, brain-numbing stuff, did your brain share anything useful with you?
No, I think the past week I became brain dead, full of millionaire's shortbread. I have seriously nothing.
What is your favorite lockdown food?
The one I don't have to cook.
Yes, I get that. I get that. I'm actually okay. I mean, I don't.
You know that last week I tried to get flour, and I couldn't get flour, and I can't get yeast. And then they say there is no shortage. Not only I didn't get it on food delivery, I went to five shops and supermarkets. None of them.
Wow. So do you have a slot for this week or the coming week or whenever?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. I must say that calms me down whenever I hear someone else has got a slot or I've got a slot. I'm just like, the world's not ending
anymore.
quite today.
I can go, but the thing is, this flour thing is bugging me. I need
I don't know
flour,
what to say.
and I need
yeast.
You do. They don't bring me. They don't have it in the shops as well.
Are you going to make bread? What do you need yeast for?
Yeah, I make all sorts of cakes. I feel like making cinnamon rolls.
I see. And so, I mean, you've added it to your next order in the hopes it comes, right?
No, they don't have it even. It's unavailable to put it in the order.
That is shocking. Shocking!
I'm not that shocked. I'm more shocked. I'm not shocked if they tell me I can't get it. I'm not shocked if they tell me, listen here, you fucking spoiled brat. We are not giving it to you because there are more important people than you that actually leave the house and buy it off the shelves. I don't have a problem with that. But the thing is, I did leave the house and I went to 5 shops. 5 shops.
Have you been to any corner shops?
Yeah.
Corner shops, they have amazing things these days.
I know, but nobody has yeast. I went to one shop and they had a bit of flour and I wanted to buy it, but then they told me you have to spend £10. if you want to pay with a card. And I didn't want to spend £10. And I didn't want to touch a cash machine. You are stuck.
Fair enough.
Okay. Now you are unstuck.
Oh, I thought you were saying you were stuck.
No, I wasn't stuck. I looked at her and I was like, okay, fine. So I'm not buying. And they don't put this sign on the door. You know, it's just like you go, you wait like a moron.
So I need to ask you something. What have you decided? Have you decided to get masks or not to get masks? As the government's totally undecided on what to do.
I don't even know where to get them, because if you try online, it's like take 2 weeks to get to you. So I don't even know where to get them.
Etsy is one place, homemade people making masks. And in my mind, the only point of a mask is to protect other people from my stuff. Like it's not going to protect me from them, but at least I don't pass it on. So I have gotten some masks. Very luckily, someone made them in my area, and they're quite pleasant to look at as well. Though I must say, looking at myself in them, I think,
but the
good
thing
Lord.
But yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what to
I mean,
do.
somewhere in the rest of the world, they're going, you're discussing masks. It's not even up for debate. Just use them. Don't be silly. And this way we remind them that the British government is on the fence.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about the fence. I'm talking about there are some things that you cannot get here that in other countries you can get in every farm. It's available. Here,
no, you cannot buy a mask. It's very difficult.
Exactly.
So if the government decides in a week's time we all need to wear masks, the answer is
they need to make sure everybody can get one, because right now you can't get it.
Yeah, I tend to. Maybe that's why they haven't. It's not that they don't care about us. It's just that they can't give us all masks. So Boris did send me a letter a week ago. Did you get a letter from Boris?
Yeah, but it was 2 weeks ago. I thought when I got the letter, I thought
weeks all going to. Mm-hmm.
No, when I got the letter, it was when he was in a really bad shape, and I thought.
I know. I thought it was. I mean, I thought the postage system had been a bit rubbish that it arrived while he was in hospital. I'm sure he'd written that letter at least 2 to 3 weeks before that.
I'm sure that he hadn't written it. I think maybe he didn't have corona. Maybe he was just exhausted from handwriting all these letters to all the people in the country. That is the problem.
And posting them.
Exactly. Maybe it's like George Costanza's wife. He licked too many very, very cheap envelopes and it was a bit poisonous,
Envelope poisoning. Eesh.
Exactly.
We're onto something there.
I know.
Have you watched anything worth watching? But I think she might be bored. Is she bored?
Who is bored?
Maybe I should just talk to him. Hello. No, you don't seem very interested either. Okay, I think it's time to go.
I think we need to look into why do you have so many dolls in your bedroom?
It's not a doll, it's a fluffy stuffed toy.
Stuffed toy. It is.
Yes.
For me, it's all a doll. All dolls. It's stuffed toys. Why do you have owls and Winnie the Pooh and God knows what other shit you have there?
It's a very long story and it's not that exciting. It's not even exciting.
Okay then. Goodbye.
Let me out. Let me in.
You have a small window next to you. You can just jump out.
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe are you making sure this window is closed because those stuffed toys might run for it one day?
Well, actually, one day I mistakenly threw the owl out the window, and
luckily you threw the owl. It can fly, but if you threw the
You have been listening to the Women on the Edge of Attainment podcast with me, Laun Bowman.
And me, Osnat Krupnik-Mas.
If you enjoyed it, subscribe, like, and share with as many people as possible.
If you disliked it, share it with as many people as possible, so they can suffer too, the bastards.
Follow us on Twitter at WTEAPod or on our Facebook page. You can also email us on WTEAPod@gmail.com or stalk us individually on Twitter at @B_Laun
and Mass Life. Music by audionautics.com.